All right, we're back on the air then.
All right, welcome back to ColbertRadio.com. We have to cover one last segment of sports, and then we're going to get into some reviews.
I don't care what anybody says.
Some local
I'm
businesses.
American, and I love baseball.
That's right.
It's the only sport I know of where you can sit there and read a chapter in your book and look up, and the same guy is still up at bat.
Yeah.
That's true.
With a 3-2 count.
Baseball is not bounded by time.
You still here?
He's fouled out the last 16 pitches.
We've got some
bounded by weather.
It is bounded by weather.
It is.
It is bounded
They'll
by
play in anything in football, but not in baseball.
That's right.
Okay, American League East. Surprise. Tampa.
Good.
The Tampa Rays in first place.
Yeah.
New York's behind. I love the small market teams when they win. Love small market teams.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
New York's a game back. Boston, with as much as they've sucked so far this year, are only three games back. The caliber of play in the American League East is okay. It's not the same caliber it's been in the past. So the American League, to me, this year looks wide open. In the American League Central, you have Minnesota. There's another small market team that always is in the running.
Was it Joe Mauer from Minnesota was the AL MVP last year?
Was he?
The guy's incredible.
They just have a really good organization. That's the key. That's what brought Atlanta to prominence.
Yep.
When they brought in John Sherholtz and Bobby Cox, the big thing they did was put in all the infrastructure for a good organization,
Yeah.
and that's the key. New York's organization is not that great. They just have a lot of money to throw around.
And they do throw it around.
And they do throw it around.
Yeah.
But don't forget, John Smoltz came to the Atlanta Braves out of the New York Yankees organization. They knew where to go get talent. In the American League West, Texas is in first place, and that's big for us because guess who's starting for Texas?
Justin Smoke.
Justin Smoke.
Yep.
This is his first year. Isn't this his first year out of college ball?
Yes, it is.
He didn't even make it through the whole
He's already hit
minor
what,
season before they brought him up.
He's hit like 4 dingers already. He's hit 4 home runs. I don't
Just
know what his
look
batting
amazing.
average in, but he's doing very well.
Doing very well. Behind them, the Los Angeles Angels are a half game back. Let me tell you, right now, the Angels and the Mets are the two hottest teams in baseball right now. I'd be watching those teams. Last year, the Angels were my pick to go to the series.
The Angels are good consistently.
Angels are consistently good every year. Oakland is only 3 games back.
Wow.
We have a rule here. We don't take anybody. Last year was 4 games. This year's going to be 3. No one more than 3 games back is going to get mentioned on the air.
Alrighty.
National League. Are you ready?
Atlanta.
The Atlanta Braves are in first place.
I know.
My hot Atlanta Braves.
Oh my God.
Been a little bit of a while.
And they weren't they in last, or weren't they close to the bottom? For a
Well,
while?
they struggled. They lost 8 straight games at one point this year.
Oh, yeah.
But they've literally turned around.
Whatever the problem was, Bobby Cox straightened that.
The
That's
bats
great
have
coaching.
come alive in Atlanta too.
Yes, they have. Yes,
Jason
they have.
Hayward
It's a
and
young
Chipper Jones
team.
are hitting.
Yes, they are. This Hayward guy, he is without a doubt the real deal.
He's a
but,
phenom.
But Atlanta again has pretty good pitching.
Yeah.
Now they've got
they do.
Derek Lowe. They got Hudson. They've got that young kid they brought up last year, who just wowed them. Not of course, the Nationals have Strasburg, but I'll keep this guy we have.
Strasburg
We've got
has
pretty good
20
pitching.
22 strikeouts in 2
His
games.
first 2 starts. Strasburg's going to be
Unbelievable. This guy's going to be amazing.
So anyway, Atlanta is in the hunt this year, and let's hope they stay that way. And I'll tell you, as long as you got Bobby Cox handling him, I think they probably will. National League Central, Cincinnati did this last year. For like half the year, they were on top in the National League Central Division. But staying hot on their heels the whole way was St. Louis. And it's happening all over again. St. Louis is in second place, a game back. But St. Louis is not looking very good right now.
Not as
Their
good as they have
pitching,
been.
it seems,
Yeah.
their pitching's falling apart on them. And you cannot have Albert Pujols carry your team to the
true.
World Series.
He could carry a lot of teams, but not to the World Series.
All right, National League West. San Diego Padres.
Amazing.
I don't know why I got a weak spot for the San Diego Padres. I just do.
Yeah. Well, ever since I think it's because of Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn played his entire
He was a
career
class
there.
act, man.
Class act all
And
the way.
a hell
Tony
of a
Gwynn.
hitter.
Wade Boggs stayed with his team for most of his career, but no, you did. Tony Gwynn retired out of San Diego. That guy could be the mayor of San Diego if he wants. He's just so popular. And when he got his 3,000th hit, they asked him what his biggest thrill about that was, and he said it's because my mom was in the stands when I hit it.
Nice.
You gotta love that guy.
Good family guy.
That's my guy. Tony Gwynn's my guy.
I'm a fan.
San Francisco's red hot too, though.
Yeah.
They're 2.5 back, and they are cooking.
But in between San Diego and San Francisco is
San Diego, and
the LA
the
Dodgers.
Los Angeles Dodgers. I went right past them.
The LA Dodgers were good last year. They're good this year. They're going to be a threat for the next few years.
I also have a soft spot for them now. I used to hate the Dodgers. I used to hate them. My daughter, Kate, when she was a baby, had a blue shirt. And on it says I root for 2 teams, the Atlanta Braves and whoever is playing the Los Angeles Dodgers. And of course, my brother Jim out there, big Dodger fan. Mm-hmm. But ever since, like for example, I've always liked Joe Torre. Always thought he was a class act, and he's their manager. And then also, when I went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, I'm staying there in the lobby of the hotel. This is the same hotel now where Reagan was shot by John Hinckley. Wow. And so I stand in the lobby, and here comes this guy all alone, by himself, being completely ignored by everyone and looking a little lost. It was Tommy Lasorda.
You're kidding me.
No, I'm going, holy crap, that's Tommy Lasorda. And nobody wanted to talk to him because Tommy Lasorda had no power. He was there to accompany the president of the Dodgers, who is currently getting divorced from her husband and wants the Dodgers, I think, in the settlement.
Oh, no.
But that's why he was there. So I got Tommy Lasorda to come over, and I introduced my mother, who was like 85 at the time, you know. Right. And so there's Tommy Lasorda, my mother, and they're looking, and they're talking. They're both talking at the same time. So I had this freelance photographer, reporter, take some pictures. I paid him to send them to me. And so I got this great picture with me looking at the camera, just smiling, because it looks like Tommy Lasorda and my mother are singing opera to each other. Because both their mouths are open and their heads are back, and I said they're singing to each other in this thing. And so
that's an awesome candy shot right there.
Yeah, my blood runs Dodger blue. Tommy Lasorda. He came up in that organization. Yeah, it's the only organization he's ever been with. So I got to admire that. Okay, well listen, that's it for sports, guys.
Oh, thank God.
That's it. Thank God. You can go on to something else. So that's Major League Baseball up to this point. But before we do, we're going to have to pick who's going to win the pennant in the National League and the American League. And then you have to decide, wait a minute, who wins the American League East?
Who wins the East?
American League East.
Boston.
All right, he's taking Boston. How about you? Base play.
I think we got to go Boston. You have to agree with him.
I would think so, but I'd be the Yankees.
Boston comes on at the end of the year.
I'll take the Yankees. Boston Central, Minnesota, Detroit.
I'm going with Minnesota.
Going with Detroit.
I'm going to go with Minnesota on that one. Although part of me wants to go, I better take Detroit while I've got the chance, but I'm going to stick with Minnesota.
Of the near perfect.
The West, Texas, LA, Oakland, who do you like?
You know what? I'm going to go with the Angels.
You know, I was an Oakland fan when I was a kid. I'll go with Oakland.
Good.
I'll take Texas then.
All right, sounds good.
Justin Smoke, he'll be the difference. National League East, Atlanta or New York or
Braves.
Philadelphia?
Braves all the way. The Braves.
I'm going Braves.
The Phillies come on at the end of the year, but the Braves hold them off and go to the playoffs.
National League Central, Cincinnati or St. Louis? Pittsburgh maybe? No, they're in the East, but no.
I don't see. St. Louis. I'll just go with the stalwart.
I mean,
I abstain.
I'm going to take Cincinnati only because I don't think St. Louis is going to solve their pitching problems. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
All right.
National League West, San Diego, LA, or San Francisco?
Dodgers.
I'm going with Dodgers too. All right, there you have it. So now who takes the pennant though in the American League?
In the American League?
American League.
I think it's actually going to be Minnesota.
Okay.
I have no clue.
I'm going to take Texas in the upset. Go to the World Series this year. I'm out of my freaking mind. National League, who takes the pennant?
Atlanta.
Braves.
Atlanta takes the pennant. Who wins the series? Who's World Series champion?
The team playing Atlanta.
Whoever plays Atlanta.
I agree with Percy on this
That's
one.
Right. That's our prediction. Whoever plays Atlanta wins the World Series.
I hate to bet against the Braves, but I got to go with historical precedent on this one.
Yeah. Actually, I'm going to stick with Atlanta because I think they got the pitching.
They might.
I think that's what we have is pitching. Okay, we'll be right back with CulpritRadio.com. No sports.
Nice.